Hello Papercrafters, welcome to another Design with Joe video. Today I'm going to show you how to use your ink refills to create glossy backgrounds, but this time we're going to do it with a resist as well. So if you missed my earlier video, take a look at the link down below here, and it's a technique I call drips and drops. So this has just got a slight twist to it, and I'm going to tell you how to do it right now. So we're first going to start by stamping with craft white ink onto our glossy paper, using the daisy stamp. And I like to use glossy when I'm using white embossing powder, because that way if I happen to miss a little bit with the embossing powder, it will still fill in and look white. Put that aside, and I have white embossing powder here. Just be careful when you pick it up to make sure that you can see. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I can see where my daisy is, so I am going to sprinkle it with white embossing powder. And I put my embossing powder into a tub like this. It just makes it a lot easier for application. Okay, just get rid of any excess there. I'll do the other one at the same time. If you can, give it a really good flick. I'll do that with this guy. A really good flick, and that gets away, takes away all the little bits that you might find. So now you're just going to take your heat tool and heat it up. Just set that aside. So we are done with that part. Okay, so I have the supplies ready for the technique itself, and you're going to need your Stampin' Spritzer, the panels that you created. You're going to need 3 colors of ink, and the colors that I'm using right now are Soft Sky, Calypso Coral rather, and Night of Navy. And then you also need your page protector, and this one I have cut about 1/8 of an inch off the right hand side and the bottom so that you can open it up and lay it flat. So I start with my lightest color of re-inker first, which is my Soft Sky. And the Soft Sky I find actually disappears quite a bit. So if you want it to be a lighter background, make sure you put more Soft Sky in. Then my Calypso Coral, a couple of drops of that can come out. And the last one is going to be my Night of Navy. And the Night of Navy will really take over. So if you don't want dark, don't put a lot of drops down. Next, you're going to take your spritzer and you're going to spritz water over top of those dots. And it's really interesting. I don't know if you can tell on the screen or not, the camera, but this goes almost a very purpley color, the Night of Navy. So then mix it together, and you think, ooh, these colors are gonna look pretty interesting, shall we say. Not very pleasant. But when they're done, they are actually really quite stunning. So I'm gonna take my 2 pieces back to back so that my glossy paper is facing out, and put that into my piece, cover it back up, and then hold it down and get yourself some color and move it around. If you don't like the little bubbles in there, get rid of them. Open it back up, and you're going to need to set these aside to dry. So here's my back piece, and this is a very wet one. And here's my front piece. So set those aside to dry, and then we'll come back and finish off the card. Our pieces have dried, and you can see that the white embossing powder has resisted the ink. And so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut off a little bit. I want to cut off my edges where I see that the ink is dried, and I want to have a piece by the time I'm done, which is 1 3/4 by 4. So I've got a fair bit I can cut off, and so I could cut it all off of that side, but I want to come and cut some of this off too. So you can see now that this has dried, that I've got quite a variation in color happening there. A lot of my Soft Sky, there's not a lot of it left. A lot of the Night of Navy took over, and some of the Calypso Coral took over as well. So I've already gone ahead and embossed my Live, Laugh, Love, and this is out of the Layering Love set, which is great because it's got some really nice bold images. So I've put that onto my Night of Navy cardstock. I'm going to use my Fast Fuse to glue down my piece. just off to the side. And I'm just going to finish off the card with a little embellishment. I've got a soft sky heart here, one of the enamel dots. Put that down. And there you've got a really quick card. So you can go ahead and make a bunch of sheets and then cut them down to size. And it's just enough to have that little bit of detail on the side to liven up the card. So you'll get all kinds of cards out of one sheet. And I hope you have fun playing with this technique. Remember, take a look at designwithjo.ca, share and comment, and I would love to hear from you if you have any questions. Thanks very much and have a great day.